Well, good morning, everybody. We are down here at the Ralph Watts Stadium. This is Palm Springs High School.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Palm Springs High School. I've never been here before. First time here. It's awesome. It's morning, so sun's just come up. Drove down from Idlewild this morning, super early. We have to get this in before the school opens, before the school day starts. But it's honestly the best time of day to do it. It's nice and cool, not too crazy yet down in Palm Springs. I'm with Coach Aaron here this morning, or Coach Evil, as he's famously known. And he's my running coach, track coach. He's coaches a bunch of people at Pharos in Palm Springs, but also has his own track company. And we're going to be doing some interval running drills today. As you guys know, I've got a couple of events coming up. I got a half marathon in Austin in February, and I've got the HYROX in Dallas in November. Obviously, both those events is a lot of running, so I'm trying to get better running. So I've been doing like a bunch of like running up in Idlewild, kind of like longer runs. I've done some shorter stuff on the treadmill, some intervals on the treadmill, but there's nothing like running on a track, right? The track is special. Like just being here makes you want to run. So I'm excited to do this today with Aaron. Aaron's going to guide us through the session. He's got a bunch of cool warm-ups to do, and then we'll get into our intervals. But just quickly, Aaron, how did you kind of like get into running? What's your kind of like running history? What's your love of it? Where's that passion come from?
So I was the fast kid in school. So if I go way back to like elementary school, the fastest kid, the 100-yard dash, I won the event. Once I got to high school, I realized I'm not that fast in comparison to other people. I was on the track team, completely mediocre. I was varsity sophomore year, and so one of those people that just love the sport of track and field. So I study it, I research it. I love the Olympics every 4 years because it's track and field gets showcased for an entire week, which is great for the general population to kind of see what track and running looks like or how good it can look like. So never went to college for it. Wasn't that good. But as a coach, coaches don't need to be world champions. We don't need to be. So in that regards, I feel like I have some good stuff up here that works great with regular people. Yeah.
And I think it's almost to your advantage. Like I've been around coaches a long time. Great athletes don't always make great coaches. There's a lot of ego involved. Obviously, sometimes people really find out what works for them as an individual, and they think that works for everybody, and that isn't always the case. A good coach will take a much broader approach and realize that different people need different things, and there's a real science to it, and there's a real breadth of study that needs to be done. Experience obviously helps, but you don't need to be the best to have experience. You just need to do the thing over and over and see other people do it over and over, and then you just kind of gain knowledge through that breadth of experience and seeing how people perform in different circumstances, seeing like obviously with warm-ups, like what warm-ups really help. Obviously the mental side of it, how people respond mentally to drills. Obviously, I think I have a pretty good mindset because I've just been doing this for so long. But I've seen, obviously, over the years, a lot of people, the mind is the problem and it's not really the body. Sure. But it can be both things. Sometimes it's the body and sometimes it's the mind. But a lot of people will just have kind of like mental blocks, or they'll give up very easily, or if they don't perform as well as they think they were going to, they'll crumble kind of thing. And that's something as a coach that you it's a teachable thing, right? You can overcome that. And again, you only get that as a coach through seeing, through understanding, through listening. And that's what makes a great coach.
Through consistency as well. The more you do this, obviously, the better you get at running.
Right.
It's like weightlifting, right? Yeah. If you're going to get stronger, you got to use resistance training.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and I've failed so many times now that I've gotten really good at failing. So that's all good. All right. We'll get on.
All right, let's do this. His pool is massive, right? Yeah. So we're talking about high my heel or foot is underneath my hip, right? A marathoner is not going to be up here. They're going to be maybe down here.
Right.
So I measure various distances based on the height of the pull. So here, as just part of our drill work, I would love to see more of a pull. Meaning you're using the majors, psoas major here, to be able to pull your feet up off the ground. What's your deadlift? 500 pounds?
Yes.
Very, very strong, right? So you should be able to do a little pull of your hips just to get those placing. It's not a knee drive, it's the foot pull off the ground. So we'll do the exact same thing, but we'll go in the opposite direction. So now our toes are in, heels are out, same thing, heels off the ground, same thing. And then on this next run, think about that pull. Change here, there we go. I will say, when I land, middle, front of my foot, and I go, my heel is going to the ground. It's just underneath the It's super, yeah. Alright, so if you're going into the continental top now, I'm close to the side. Yep. Same one here at this cone. If you're landing in front of your center of mass, that naturally release the most, right? Might get you to just stay underneath your own center of mass here. You eliminate that. There's no way that I can come straight from here. But if I'm going further out there,
No, we like an upright position. We like the arms, swinging your arms, your legs naturally go, right? You can't be fast here and slow here. So, yeah, so it's kind of like we're trying to teach people how to run even at the goals.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Let's go toes in, just the opposite. We're on toes up, and then bending the knees and step up. And 3 steps in between with your right heel to the next. 5 seconds. Come down the side, left on the side, so one side might feel a little bit more solid. But, great. Take that all the way to the cone. All the way to the longer distance, perfect. Which do you prefer?
I think I'm kind of honestly a hybrid. Like, so when I was in school, I did cross country, so I was pretty good at kind of like that middle distance. But I also do have a kick. Like I also can go.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say like I'm not great at either.
Okay.
But I'm just kind of good at both.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I think like the 300, 400-ish distance is really good for me, just because it's that kind of hybrid. Obviously I'm 200 and I think 210 right now, so longer distances I'm probably not great at. Although I did just do that 5 and that 10k and did pretty well. But you know, there's a big difference between a 10k and a marathon, right?
Yeah.
So,
For sure. You're talking about size. You're talking about bigger guys, maybe. Jason Khalifa. Do you remember Jason Khalifa? That name. His coach was Christian Shaw, which everyone knows who is.
Yeah, Christian. Yeah.
North Calfield, I think it's the gym. But anyways, there was a very famous. He was prepping for one of the games,
right?
And someone that big of a guy, that muscular of a guy, was running 2:58, 2 minutes and 58 seconds on 800 meters, 2 laps around the track. That's solid, right?
Yeah.
That's hauling ass.
Yeah.
And had the capacity to do that over and over and over again, with some rest, of course. So that's a great example of someone, regardless of someone's size, you can be able to run if you train at it, of course, to be fast.
Right.
Yeah. Which is why he did so well in the games.
Yeah.
So, Chris is a big proponent of less is more, but go hard. If it's intense, you don't need to run 3.1 miles every week to be better at a 5K.
Right.
That's how I feel.
True.
My philosophy is less is more. You don't have to train hard, volume,
Right.
volume. And then by the time you get to your race or your event, you're just sort of broken down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think there's, something very true about junk volume. You just think like doing more is better. And
Right.
it's the same thing with like weight training in the gym.
Right.
There's a point where the job is done and you're just putting extra reps and extra miles on for the sake of it.
Yep.
Whereas sometimes if it's not actually making you better at the thing, it's not getting you stronger at the thing.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a waste of time.
Yeah.
And energy is a limited resource. So it's like, make sure you're using your energy in the right way for the right reasons. It's actually getting you better at the thing you want to get better at. Right?
Great. We're going to do a drill. It's going to take a second to set up.
Okay.
Let's do that. And that's going to help with your pull.
Great.
Yeah. My hand and my arm swing is going to come up by my eye socket, and it's going to definitely pass the pocket. Arms are huge when we're talking running. I think I did a post not too long ago, one of our members at Pharos, on the air runner, and she was doing this. This was on my Saturday class, and I said, Giselle, let's actually just release the arms and see if we can find this. And immediately, you see her leg turning over, everything is going. So arms are very important for you. So let's do that again. That's why I broke it. Good. Good. Yeah. What I see now is more engagement of your hips, more engagement of your glutes. If we're running, sometimes we're lazy, we're just doing this, we're barely clearing the floor. Nothing here is being engaged. So a lot of my classes will be hip openers, glute strengthening, because these are the most abused. Yeah. Let's test your hip on a quick drill here. So these are leg swings. And again, it's meant to be a hip opener. So this is the way I like to teach it. I'm going to brace one side. This is my right arm. I'm going to brace the outside. It's my left leg. And I'm going to work the middle. So a lot of people, they'll do this and then this. I don't care about a back swing or a momentum swing. Little momentum swing, but the hip opener is going to be here. Here, right? So 10 this direction. We'll just turn around. 10 this direction. And then 10 across your body. Again, don't care about this momentum swing. The hip is closed here. The hip open is here out to the side. Here out to the side. So I can get my leg up pretty high. And I'm going to see what you can do and then maybe make any tweaks if we need to.
Okay, fine, will not go that way.
Okay, let's test it out. Good. Notice the bent leg, yeah? You would love a straight leg, but if you go as high as you can, good. 10 reps here. 10 on this side. Good. And then across your body. There we go. Okay, good.
I'm a very good ballerina.
Yep. This one gets higher. Great. So as a test, could you get your foot up here? Now, I don't know if you can, but there's a difference between out to the side. I can't even get my foot up there, right? There's some limitation here, just skin. It's not built that way. But this, I can get up there because it's going out to the side. So when I see a lot of people have that same sort of mobility issue because they keep doing this. And I want more to the side. So again, I can't get my foot up here. Let's see if you're able to do that. Look at that. but the angle, once you're up there, is forward, right?
Right.
You were going out here.
Oh, so I want to
Only
go forward.
change. That's the only change. Yeah, look at that. Much more range of motion, much more hip opener, which is what we want. Yeah, and it's just an easy fix. Yeah. Good. Perfect. Great. Excellent.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's start running.
Let's start running.
All right. So I'm going to set up your cones here. That is going to be our stop line. And I'm going to set up the
That's
start
start
line. Yeah. So you always finish there. We're going to do 4 300s on the 4-minute clock. Yeah. So if you come in at 1 minute, you get 3 minutes of rest before we go over. Yeah. So
This is the 400 sure.
yeah. Go.
It's perfect, right? Sun's coming up. Temperature's great.
It's a good day. Hey, listen, 300 meters is not 1,000 meters that you're going to be doing during HYROX.
Right.
But the intensity of this will help make those 1,000 meters feel a lot more comfortable. Now, the sled pushes and the lunges, everything else you have to do, the burpee broad jump,
Right.
that's going to ruin your pacing, right? So at that point, it becomes do what you can do
Yeah.
for those 1,000-meter runs.
But I do so it's like that thing with fitness is like it's not how hard you can go, it's how quickly you can recover.
Absolutely.
That's really true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like drills like this are great. Like, can you recover in time, basically?
All right, we're at 2:50 into your 4-minute clock. So about 1:10 to go. Start walking. Lift, up. There's the arms. Yep. $50.
So that's the second in our series of icons at Pharos, drinking coffee and protein shakes. 2 very different sessions. Obviously the first with Bobby, gonna get to my breath. More of a kind of like bodybuilding session, that high intensity method of bodybuilding. And then session today with Coach Aaron, obviously working on those intervals for running. Completely different, equally as painful and as challenging in a different way. Both excellent sessions. But that's a flawless session for me. Like, great warm up, lots of explanation. Perfect weather here this morning in Palm Springs. Got in early, it's not even just 7 a.m. now, so perfect time to do it. But yeah, you can find Coach Aaron obviously at Pharos Athletic Club in Palm Springs. Plus, when does your track club start? Soon, right?
September 21st. If you live in Palm Springs, come join us. It's a 10-week training program, but you can just do a single day drop-in if you want to. I say this, it takes one class for someone to realize, oh, okay, this is what interval training is like. A
Right.
coach-led group warm-up, proper warm-up, some little running specific strength work,
is going to benefit any runner, new runners, elite runners. If you live in Palm Springs, enjoy this.
And again, it's like, there's nothing like being on the track. Like, we can run on the treadmill. Like I said, I love running in the mountains. It's just something about the track. Just makes you want to run faster. Just brings up that kind of like athlete inside of you. Makes you really want to push. Stay tuned, guys. We've got a lot more of these videos coming. Trying to like hit myself with a different coach in a different discipline every week. There's so much talent out there, like from Coach Aaron and Bobby, and all these coaches got lined up. I think it's great for you guys to see what a good coach looks like, the way that they practice, the way that they motivate, encourage, educate. It's such a important tool, and I think I just did a podcast about this. I think we're in danger of losing a lot of that with social media and TikTok, and there's so much garbage out there now. But when you find like a really good coach who knows what they're talking about, that can really make you better and push you in the right way, it's invaluable. So always seek out good coaches, seek to learn, seek to listen, seek to get better, and take the time with it. Nothing happens overnight. Like, I wouldn't expect, I would work with Aaron for 6 months before I really felt like I absorbed everything from him I could absorb to get better at running. So don't fall for the quick fix thing. Find a good coach, take your time, learn, enjoy, grow.
Put in the work.
Put in the work. Put in the work. All right, guys, have a good day. We'll see you in the gym.